What's good, everyone? Welcome to the Not Very Famous podcast. I'm Mackenzie Soul.
And I'm Nicki Mama Soul, and it's not that famous.
Not that famous podcast.
Like
what did he say?
Not very,
Not very
famous.
famous. Sorry, whoever's YouTube channel that is, I do apologize. Welcome. We'll hope you enjoy what we have coming for you today. And trust me, this is a lot.
The podcast's named after you, so I'm surprised you forgot it.
Oh, fucking hell, that's funny, yeah. I just actually hit
What is it called?
Hang on,
Lucky
hang on,
to be
hang
alive
on,
podcast.
hang on. You saying that? I just hit 1 million views in
That's
24
me,
hours on a
not it.
video. So it's a little
that's-
more than not that famous. I'd say a little bit more famous.
Ah,
This should be called.
Okay.
Kenzie's more famous than Nicki should be the podcast name. By the way, this is HedgehogMan, everyone.
Hi everyone.
Welcome. Do we put fake applause there?
Why fake applause? Well, Mackenzie clapped when he started talking, so I was going to go like, I'm HedgehogMan.
Right.
But no, thank you. I'm quite honoured to be your first guest.
Yes.
I didn't ask for you.
Possibly your last.
Nervous.
Probably.
I'm nervous.
Right, we're going to
Yeah.
start by talking about this week's big event, which was Celebrity Big Brother UK.
Cool.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
Didn't watch it.
And neither did I. Neither did your
I'm
mum.
just-
but
I'm
this
just-
is going to be brilliant.
No, I know
I've
because...
seen TikToks. I've just seen TikToks
Oh,
all
you've
over
seen
my
clips?
Explore page.
Yeah, I've seen clips. Did you see Abby? Abby was on it.
Does Jojo have a boyfriend now? That's what I've seen. I just see Jojo and this guy talking. That's all I know.
Apparently, at the after-show party, she ended it with, I think she's called Kath, a partner who's Australian.
Whose partner?
Jojo's.
So
I thought
Jojo,
Jojo was with some bloke from...
right,
Celebrity.
Jojo went into the Celebrity
No.
Big Brother house in a relationship with an Australian woman.
Right.
And
She
then,
fit?
I don't know. And then,
Kenzie?
I haven't seen it.
Oh.
then during...
Probably. I mean, it's Jojo.
Yeah.
Then during the show, she obviously became attracted to this guy that was on, I think he was on Love Island.
Isn't he like 40?
He's 10 years older than her, I know that. And which wouldn't be 40.
To be fair, right, I've nearly fallen in love with some of the guys off Love Island because they are pretty chiseled, aren't they? So.
I don't know whether he is or not. I just know he's on Love Island. And I know that I think it was the after show party, she ended it with a partner who had flown all the way from Australia
Right.
to greet her out of the house.
Oh.
Well,
So I know.
that would have been
Ooh.
awkward. I want to see that clip.
Is
more than I
that
wanna see
true? Because
anything
I
from
don't want to
the
be
show.
spreading fake
Apparently-
information. Is that...
No, apparently the girl wouldn't. Apparently the JoJo's partner wouldn't go on camera.
Oh.
So.
I
But
don't
Jojo
blame
came
her.
third.
Hang on. I do actually want to know, is Jojo dating that guy?
I don't know. I don't know.
Ringer?
I think the Ringer now.
should block-
live
Ring her
on the
right
podcast.
now. Give me the phone. I'll ring her.
I think she blocked. I think I might be blocked. I don't know. I'm not blocked, but no, she's busy.
Right. So the winner
How do you
was.
know she's busy? Do you think if I
She's in
send her? I
England
mean, she
still?
doesn't follow me and I don't follow her, but I'll send her a message on Instagram just in case.
I think her mum was running a social media.
Oh,
I
right,
don't know if she
okay.
still is, but anyway.
Right, so the winner of Big Brother was Jack Shepard.
Jack Shepard. Well done, Jack Shepard.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's Jack Shepard? Is that Jack Shepard?
That's Jack Shepard. So Mackenzie met Jack Shepard.
So who's this guy next
It's
to
Jack Shepard.
That's
Oh,
Jack
right.
Shepard. He won.
He won Celebrity Big Brother.
Can I be honest? Can I be
He looks
honest?
like a holiday rep.
Can I be honest? I get Big Brother, like you win 750 grand in America, regular Big Brother. But UK Big Brother, you win 100 grand. 100 grand to him would be
I thought you
fucking
won 100
nothing.
grand for charity.
It's for charity because it's Celebrity Big Brother. Celebrities don't win.
Oh, so
them.
he doesn't get the money?
No,
So he probably doesn't give a fuck that he won.
Celebrity Big Brother is more about celebrities going there whose careers are failing and they need the exposure and the money's for charity, so it's a
But
double win.
Jojo's career
Siwa
isn't failing.
Isn't failing, but she's not as big in the UK. I think with Jojo though, I think as a child, her child Nickelodeon and all of that was huge in the UK. But I think a transition to adulthood didn't, and her music and things wasn't.
She
as
did the
big in
Miley.
UK.
She did Miley Cyrus. It's exactly what she did.
Yeah,
How Miley
but I
Cyrus
don't
did
think it was
Disney,
a-
and she
But
came
I
out with
think
Wrecking Ball.
This was to be more recognisable. as
Karma
that,
was JoJo's
yeah.
Wrecking Ball.
So-
It was.
No, no.
Is this... No, that's not the guy that JoJo's...
No,
No,
that's someone
Potentially,
completely different.
allegedly, potentially.
That's
We don't know
that's
the
someone
one.
completely different.
Right.
This is David Platt of Coronation
I
Street.
think my
Right.
mum just asked me to put this picture on here so she could say I met this guy
Alright.
Yeah,
who
you
won
did.
Big Brother.
I did. You did. You met him.
You know, social media mothers are always just about proving their kids are the
Not
best.
all.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. You are as well.
What's funny
Whenever
about
someone's
this is-
talking, you'll deny this, but you're always like, oh yeah, he's doing this. You know, American Idol is
This photograph, right, was
I don't
taken.
think
Your
it's
mother
nice.
took this photograph of you before social media was invented.
She
So
didn't
was
take the
alre-
photo?
Who
Yes,
took
I
the
did.
photo?
No, you
So
didn't.
who was prepping for this podcast 20 years ago?
Who took that picture then? There
I
was
don't
only
know. I don't think you were there.
Me, my mum, and our Denise are the only 3 people that were there.
Oh, was it? Wasn't that somebody that worked the show?
No,
It was Ministry of Mayhem, wasn't it?
that's on Ministry of Mayhem.
By the way, that's an old show
Does
that
that
none of
still
you would
go?
have ever
What's
heard
on
of.
earth
Unless
is
you're over
Ministry of
over
Mayhem?
40 years old, you wouldn't know what
Steve
it is, probably.
Mulhern
Steve Mulhern.
and Holly Willoughby.
Never. Oh, I've heard of Holly Willoughby.
Holly
She was the
Willoughby.
host.
Bang tidy.
She was the host, Holly Willoughby. But
Can you say booby on here?
Holly Willoughby.
Holly Willoughby.
Right.
She was the host of Ministry of Mayhem with Steve Mulhern.
Right. So what was Ministry of Mayhem about?
It was
And what's
like
its
it was,
connection to this
in
photo?
our
Because
day-
that's zoned out, to be
in
honest.
our day, it was Saturday Superstore or Going Live.
Right. I remember going live.
So-
Philip Schofield was on there. How's he doing these days?
Yeah. So, so Ministry of Mayhem was like a follow-on. It was the Saturday morning kids show
Right, okay.
at this era.
That's how's he
And
doing
he
these
was
days, it's
David
crazy.
Platt in Coronation Street.
Right, great.
Right.
Can we go on to the fact I wanted to talk about influencer mothers as well? You just try to like steam past that very fast.
Yeah. Let's bully your mother for a bit. Come
No, not my my mother in general. Just mothers in social media. I feel like,
on. Your mother's the,
and I don't. And I'm not saying every mother's the same. Listen. I'm not saying every mother's the same. I personally,
Mine's dead, so she's not the same.
Yours was close to it.
Jesus Christ. Listen. I feel like, and you'll deny this. I feel like if I, especially if I was a girl. I mean, you named me Mackenzie, so it's the closest you're gonna get to it. Shut up.
Explains a lot.
Listen, I personally feel like social media mothers want to live through their kids. They want to relive their lives
Of
as
course.
kids through their kids, and
I
that's
don't
what I've
think-
noticed.
Yeah.
Seeing all this, the documentary stuff and everything that's going on, I feel like, and there's nothing wrong with it, you know. Like, I don't know. Like, I might have a kid who's going to be a famous footballer. Who knows? And I might want to live through his shoes. I just feel like, especially being an influencer mother, you want to live through the kid. Like, you want to live through the kid's shoes. Like the boys they talk to, the girls they talk to, that just the whole life. You and my love life is fucking insane. Like, it's like a best friend. Like, it's, and I don't know if it's because we've done this whole influencing thing, you know.
I don't know, because I don't think the intention was to be an influencer mother. It was to be.
But you became one, and I think without you realizing, you've turned
Hold on
into
a
one.
second. What's the definition of influencer mother here? Is it just the mother of somebody who's an influencer, or is it a mother of somebody who's an influencer who is now an influencer themselves?
I think a bit of both.
But can I just finish that I was saying I wasn't meant to be an influencer mother. I was meant to be the mother of a famous pop star. You just failed. so now,
Maybe this is going to be good.
so now I am. So now I had to get hit in the face with a kitchen cupboard and become an influencer mother. That was not the plan.
Can I just
That's
say-
not what I signed up for.
15 years I've known you two. You've still never hit me in the door with a kitchen cupboard.
To be fair, I think Phil's a little extreme. I
No,
don't think
Phil,
Phil.
I think Phil is the perfect
Like,
descriptive
I'll be
word.
honest. Like,
In fact, Andrew, what about really failed?
in music, I think American Idol's helped me a lot. I've got a residency in Vegas now.
Are you a famous pop star?
I'm not a famous pop star.
So?
I think if I do what I keep doing, like the content, like Jason Derulo. You were in the room when I was sat with Jason Derulo. What was he saying to me? I want to hear you say it.
Jason Derulo.
Did he say stop doing the content?
No, he did not.
No, he
said
didn't.
Keep doing the content.
That's
So-
another thing as well.
So you said that, just to go back to what you said a little bit earlier, you said that if you had a son and he was a famous footballer, you might want to live through his shoes. Who's your famous footballer? Who's your favorite famous footballer?
Right now,
Yeah,
Lamine Yamal.
right.
Insane.
You have a son, you want him to be Lamine Yamal, right?
Yeah.
I can't say it. Well, your mother wanted you to be Justin Bieber. So, if your son played for a five-a-side team but got hit with cupboard doors, how would you feel?
What you say, Phil?
Yeah. Yeah,
That
I
was a
would.
great analogy.
Very long-winded, but
It was a good analogy, though.
But like,
By the way, I was just
like
thinking
I've
through-
just hit 1.2 billion views in a year of doing reels on YouTube.
Why showing
yeah,
off?
but you only knew
Well,
that.
no,
because
like,
it was-
I wouldn't say
first
that's
of all,
failed.
YouTube doesn't do reels; they're called shorts. And second of all, you only learnt that when I showed you the other night.
I didn't even know I had 1.2 million. He had a billion.
1.2 billion.
Yeah,
Thank
showed
you.
me.
I wouldn't say that's failed. I created something. I did like the whole social media I do, like, I created that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not copying other people's ideas. I've created my own style of content.
I agree that, but do you want to look at your biggest videos on YouTube and see how you got your biggest videos on YouTube?
The things that you're going to have to lose. Sorry. Oh, but, yeah.
No, I just meant I was in them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but...
is it? I thought you just... really, the cupboard doors at the start of the show, isn't it?
It's how it started. It's how it started. No, it's definitely how it started. And
Why don't you sell signed bin lids? Merch run?
It's not a bad idea.
Did we have the Jojo picture on? Okay.
But,
We mentioned somebody else in this, and I was like,
There you go.
I had a picture of Mackenzie with him.
that didn't come up. There you go. That's Jojo. That's cloud chasing somebody else on this podcast.
But we just talked about
Abby Lee
somebody.
Miller's next week, everyone.
No, but we just talked about somebody else. Thinking,
Very
I should
interesting
have put
facial
that.
expression.
That's another thing. Whoa. I've got ADHD. I need to talk. I'm sorry.
I know, but who did we just talk about? And I was like, oh, I've got that picture. Jason Derulo, where's the Jason Derulo? Where's the Jason Derulo
Add it in
picture?
post.
I can't.
Another thing I think about in this influencer world is what I've learned from you bringing me here at a very, very, very young age.
Probably write this on a postage stamp book. Go on.
Sorry, what?
Nothing.
Come on.
Make friends with people who are bigger than you. Don't use them. No, I'm not. I'm not
That's
wrong.
what we should have done.
That's what we should have done. I didn't. No, listen.
No, we
I
should have,
didn't
and
do
we
that. I did not listen.
No,
I
we
did not
didn't,
do
but
that.
We should have. We should have.
Right.
We should have. I lived in a complex. This kid called Weekly Chris lived in there with like Nash. What's the kid called? Who you watch all his videos?
Worked with them all.
Like all the Brent Rivera.
Yeah.
All these kids that were killing it on social media doing Vine.
Most of them.
Doing Vine. I just wanted to hang out and be their little friend. I shouldn't have. I should have been like, oh, put me in your videos. I can be the little kid in the videos. 'Cause I was like 7-8 years younger than him. And I was in a music video for Chris actually, like when I first got started. That's how me and Steven met, who's operating the show. Well done, Steven. Appreciate it. Anyway, I've noticed as the years have gone on, the reason people have done so well is by using other people. It's the truth.
Let's call it collaborating.
No, let's call it using.
No, realistically, it is using. Yeah. People call it collaborating, but it is. But it's not a bad thing because you're doing it yourself, and then you should help other people. It should be a cycle, and it's not. That's what pisses me off about social media. People want to get what they want and be like, all right, I don't need you anymore. Keep doing it. Like, I've got 12 million on TikTok now, right?
I wish I picked somebody
Really?
else to do
You've never mentioned it. What? Sorry?
So I wish I picked somebody else to do a podcast.
I'm being realistic.
I know.
I'm being realistic. I would want to help people. I know people back in the day wouldn't want to help me if I was small, but like, I want to break the cycle. I want to help people smaller.
Is that a social media thing or is it LA?
I'd say it's I don't know if it's a LA thing or if it's just like a social. I'd say it's LA. I'd say LA sucks the life out of you if you don't know what you're doing and you don't have the right people around you. Can you agree with that?
Yeah, to use.
For a social media influencer, can you explain to me what the benefit of living in LA is if it's not to collaborate?
There is none?
I was so sad when I left LA to come here to Vegas. I was like, I don't want to leave. I remember kicking and screaming, screaming, I don't want to leave. Because I thought like that's how I was going to make it. Like I had to be in LA to make it, and that's just, it's not the case. I was trapped in a mindset of I need to be around all these other influencers that are doing what I'm doing and like work off the back of their career, you know?
Were you seeing any growth? Were you seeing the same growth in LA as you were in Vegas?
Nothing. I had nothing in LA. When I came to Vegas,
you did have a little bit.
What?
Well, you had over 1 million followers. You had Lively. You were going on Lively. You're in the Musical.ly office.
I had about 100k on Musically.
Musically.
Probably 300k on Musically.
We had lived in the Elysian for probably 3 months when you hit 5 million. There's no way you definitely had over 1 million in LA.
Was 5 million on Musically worth anything? Because
yes, way more than what it's worth now on TikTok.
Yeah.
If you had 5 million on Musically, you were like a star.
Right,
like Lauren Gray, Charlie D'Amelio. Charlie wasn't even doing it back then. Maybe she was, but she wasn't big. Like you were that big. You were a known person.
The difference for me.
I mean, financially is what I mean.
Yes.
Not financially, apart from brand deals, not from Musically. It wasn't a monetized platform.
Not from Musically, but from other brands and stuff.
Brands.
People were making hundreds of thousands. Baby Ariel, she was
Yeah.
making almost $1 million a month or something.
Jacob as well.
Jacob
but
Sartorius as well, all of them.
the big thing about Musically was it was way more personal. So like even as like a smaller creator, like Mackenzie had 1 million. Mackenzie had 1 million, and you'd be invited to the office, and you knew the head. So if you had a problem,
Oh,
you
right,
would text
okay. You
them.
mean
and,
personal in terms of the actual business
and then
itself.
TikTok
Yeah.
took over, and it's like very difficult to sort out any issues or.
Because it's so big. They're a
Like-
big corporation now. They
Yeah.
weren't back then.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
So
So-
yeah, but I want to go back to the events. Like that's what we're talking about.
What events?
Like
events?
weekly news.
Oh, yeah.
So
I always read newspapers.
what about Jelly Roll
Mm-hmm.
requesting a pardon?
Oh,
think
look.
that-
Me clout chasing against somebody else.
Yeah.
Who else are we going to put on the fucking screen?
No, seriously, he's requested a pardon, hasn't he? And I think he's been backed by the Tennessee. Like, I'm probably not speaking.
Requested a what?
What you
Like
requested a
Tennessee
pardon
board.
for and who?
For his criminal record?
For his criminal record, listen, because it was when he was 14 for like 10-year, like bits of, I think it says robbery.
He was involved in
He
gangs.
was obviously a drug
He was in
addict.
he was involved in
it's
gangs and
now
stuff.
is
How do you
this-
apply for a pardon? If I thought a pardon was to get somebody out of prison.
No, it's to get like it off his record.
All right.
Can be both. So
Okay,
he
I didn't know
he's
that.
trying to get it granted just because he was a drug addict, and he is really bringing positivity and helping people to realize like not to go down that path.
Right.
And like advocate for that at the same time as being a superstar now, and he's having difficulty doing concerts and traveling between borders and countries because of his criminal record.
All right.
So it's like really interfering with his career, and with his career he's trying to be an advocate for good, so that's why he's requested a pardon. But I think he'll get it. I think he should get it. I love the guy, me.
I like his songs.
I think when you're a drug addict kid, you can't be held accountable as an adult who's completely changed their life.
Well, I'm held
Honestly, if I
accountable for
could,
things
I
do as
would-
an addict on a
listen.
daily basis. So.
It's not fair.
I would have Jelly Roll for president. I think a lot of people watching this would agree with me. The way he speaks and how
Jelly Roll for president.
Yeah,
No.
I agree.
he knows he just knows so much. Did you see his speech about fentanyl in court that I showed you? Do you remember?
Oh, you
Yeah.
should definitely let him run the country then.
Well, no, like because he was around that and stuff like that, and it was just like hearing what he had to say about the people that are struggling, that are in the streets, that do need the help that they need. Hearing him like say like what he said was just like it just
What's he
opened my
saying?
eyes.
What is Jelly Roll saying about the windshield, like the back?
There's a reason the rear view mirror is smaller than the front. It's because you don't need to look behind, you look forward and you go forward.
Yeah, I love that. There's
It's
a
genius.
reason. I love
It's a
that.
genius saying.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've
Yeah, I love that.
I had that as my cover for a while, my front phone cover.
Yeah, I like
But
it.
no, yeah, Jelly Roll. I honestly I'll tell you a story, fun story. After Idol in Hawaii, he was supposed to get a private jet back because it was Super Bowl. I think it was Super Bowl. Yeah,
Super Bowl.
it was Super Bowl, and he was supposed to get a private jet back to Vegas to see the Super Bowl. And I'm sat down on my phone in the terminal, and he comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, Mackenzie, I just mentored you and Idol." I was like, "Oh, what? Whoa!" I was like, "That's so cool." He's like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, Vegas. He's like, "Yo, I'm on your flight." He's like, "Yeah, I tried to get a private jet, but there's too many people trying to get it to go to the Super Bowl." How's my accent? Is it good?
No, it was really bad.
But anyway,
Awful.
it gets on the plane. He's in first class, obviously. Texts me, "How's the weather back there?" And I actually want to find the text. Cause that's
You actually sat with one. See, you're cloud chasing one me now.
I mean, Jelly Roll. Do I have him saved as Jelly Roll?
I want to meet Bunny. No, Jelly Roll's wife.
I can't find it. But anyway, he
I should
he texted me, "How's the weather back there?" Because I was in economy. I was like, funny. Then we landed in Vegas.
And he give you a lift home? Because you take a long time.
Why just spoil my story?
This is long form content, Nicola.
Oh,
Exactly.
sorry.
Anyway,
This is
I got to the airport. He comes up to me again. He's like, "Who you rolling with?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just ordering Uber." He's like, "Nah, fuck that. Roll us." Like 3 Rolls Royces, just pull up like 12 people. Just get his bags, get in his cars and stuff, and then I'm in his. And he pulls up to his neighborhood, and he goes, "Which one's mine again?" To be that rich is my goal. To say which one is mine again.
But
She
hadn't
sounds
he
like he's even more of a
hadn't he
show off
ju-
than you are.
hadn't he just moved to Vegas though?
Yeah. He did just move to Vegas, but still, it was like
Just-
Where's he
mansion
from?
on.
They just bought the house at Tennessee. I would presume that's
It
where
was like
he's asking for
mansion
his
on
crimes.
mansion on mansion. He's from Nashville.
Oh, that
Right.
makes
He's from
sense.
Nashville, I think.
I think.
I think.
But literally mansions on mansions, and
Exactly.
he's like, "Which one's mine again?" I was just like, "Oh damn." The goal, but no, yeah.
The goal.
End of the story. Jelly Roll is honestly one of my favorite artists and one of my favorite influences right now.
He's such a good singer.
I'd say.
I thought you were going to say this is such a good story.
No.
But yeah,
Cool.
Cool. Right. What were we saying? Jelly Roll wants
No,
a pardon.
but I wanted to go. No, he wants a pardon. But
Did you know Mackenzie's met him?
all going back to his addiction
Yeah.
brings me to
Oh, is this your first ever segue?
no listen because it does bring me to one of the things that I want to talk about weekly on the podcast is the whole spectrum of ADHD and people who are on, I guess, the spectrum that are normally talented.
Right.
Right?
Is
I don't
ADHD
know
a
whether that's-
spectrum?
Yeah, I think
it's on the spectrum. I think it's on the spectrum. I'm not
that's
sure.
what people say.
I know Tourette's is.
Mackenzie's got Tourette's.
I have
and it's on
Tourette's.
the- But you have really bad ADHD.
What? Say what? No. He's smiling. Say. What do you want to say?
Yeah, I know.
I don't take nowhere near as bad as I used to though.
Yeah.
But
It used
Craig,
to be really bad.
Craig has really bad ADHD.
Yeah. I'm currently
Breaking the
being
plans 20 times, walking forward and backwards in them.
Not the plan over once. I'm currently being assessed for autism as well.
Oh yeah, you said that.
Yeah.
And do you think that led you to your addiction? Craig is recovering. He is now 16 months. Is that right?
16 months sober, yeah. But
Yeah.
I don't yeah, I'm 16 months sober, but I don't think necessarily that my ADHD led to my addiction. I didn't know I had ADHD or even what ADHD was when I started taking drugs.
Right.
I sit in rooms of addicts for 3 hours a week plus talking about this subject, and I have done for a long time. And I think that I hear all these stories of trauma and stuff like that people are being through, and I don't have any of those. I just think it's as simple as it sounds. I think I became an addict because I just really liked the way drugs made us feel.
But that's going back to ADHD from the science point of view. People with ADHD do not, I don't know whether I'm saying it correctly, but they don't form dopamine correctly.
That's not entirely true though, because like you said, an addiction, like you said, you liked how it felt. So was your life just shit at the moment, and it was an escape?
No, my life was brilliant.
That's what you just said. But what I'm saying is people with ADHD don't make as much dopamine or don't naturally make the same amount of dopamine as a person without ADHD. So hence you crave the dopamine. Drugs give you dopamine.
But don't get me wrong, I do know that there's a direct link between having ADHD and being an addict. But I don't justify my addiction with me ADHD, if that makes any sense to you.
Right. Yeah, well, that's a good thing, no?
Drugs are bad.
So I want to talk about not just addiction and not just ADHD, just in general health. Because I think, like I say, I think a lot of people who are extremely talented do have to struggle with these issues of attention deficit or OCD. I think that comes as part of the course. But apart from that, I think the entertainment industry is the most stressful industry in the world. I think it's one of the hardest to crack.
Well, like worse than being a firefighter.
Yeah, for stress, because I
Or
think
like an ER doctor.
I didn't say danger. I said the stress,
All right.
like actual the stress of it.
Right. I don't think everybody with ADHD has to suffer with addiction, but I think it's very common. I think I saw a stat, and I don't know how accurate it is. It's something like 70% of people with ADHD will struggle with a drug or alcohol addiction in their life.
Wow.
So you've got all that to come yet, Kenzie.
Appreciate it.
Kenzie's addicted to sugar.
That's my addiction, sugar.
There are worse things to be addicted to. You
That's-
wouldn't think it to look at them.
I know because
I'm a good. I'd say I'm a good shape. I'm not like massive, but
got
I'm
a fast metabolism.
good shape. But I want to talk about autism a little bit, because I don't think I have autism, but I'm
Do you not?
But
not.
you've just said you're going to be assessed.
Yeah,
for
I'm
it.
being assessed for it.
But then again,
It was
So I have a
the
friend-
likenesses that it was the bits of myself I see in you that convinced me I
wait,
had
listen,
autism.
listen. So
It was?
I
I'm not just saying
had an experience with a girl who was like fully autistic. She was a little bit vocal. Vocal. Is it vocal? Is that the word?
Mm-hmm.
She was a little bit vocal, and it was at a magic convention.
Right.
And she did a trick in Shin. Shin Lim. I don't want to keep plugging myself, but
Have I got a photo of Mackenzie and Shin?
no. But listen. So I was at a magic convention with Shin,
Yeah.
Casey, Spidey, all them, and this girl's like, "Hey, I love your videos. Do you mind if I show you a trick?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course." She's like, "I want to warn you, I do have autism." I was like, "Oh, that's completely fine." She's like, "Just she gives me cards, tells me to shuffle the cards.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't even a magic trick. This is just what she can do with autism."
Right.
And she goes, she spreads the cards. She says, "Just name a card." I go, 7 of diamonds. She doesn't even look, and she picks it up out the deck.
Oh, wow.
And that's just having autism. Again, I have another
Is that your
friend.
card?
Listen, I have another friend who has a brother with autism,
Right.
and like he's not
non-vocal.
he's
isn't
non-vocal. He's non-vocal. But hang on.
Does
Hang
non-vocal
on.
mean they don't talk?
he? Talk. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
they
Right,
cannot
okay.
speak. They can't communicate.
Right.
They can communicate, but in certain ways. But
Okay.
her
What about
her
this?
brother draws pictures like it's made in AI. Like it's insane.
Right.
Like
But that's what we're saying. People on the spectrum. have
it's
a
like
talent.
magic. Like it's like the superpowers. Like
Do non-vocal people not speak to anyone, or is that people they trust in the life they talk to, or anything like that? Because I don't know. I don't have any experiences at all. So I've got a lot of
I
questions.
think he is non-vocal.
he's non-vocal.
So does that mean did he stop speaking at some point, or is he just?
He's
never
always
spoke?
never spoke.
Wow.
He's always never spoke. And
that's directly linked to his autism.
that's autism. That's
Right, okay.
that's fully autism. But what I'm saying is I don't understand how you can't speak, but you can like draw a Picasso painting in 20 minutes. Like how does that bring like
Just different.
that's got to
parts
be
of the brain,
explored
isn't
more,
it?
Do
man.
you
It's
sometimes look at him and
nuts.
think, I wish you could draw and you'd shut up?
Yeah, all the time. Give him a pen.
So you know how they say there's a spectrum of autism? I know nothing about autism at all. Absolutely nothing.
I
And
don't know a
won't
lot.
pretend to.
I
I know a lot
don't.
about ADHD, but nothing about autism. So you know how they say there's a spectrum? Would somebody who's non-vocal be like at the top of the spectrum? Would they? And then,
Yeah,
like,
that's the highest.
and then as you come down, you have people like me and yourself and stuff like that.
Yeah, pretty
But
much. It
didn't
just
you
it just
do,
keeps
like, a
going
quiz?
down.
I tried to get the quiz.
But I got my ADHD got bored. I just answered random questions. I didn't even read it. I
But
just
then
wanted
you
to
got
finish
the
it.
highest score.
But I didn't read the questions. I just ticked every one because I got bored with my ADHD. So I might have autism. I don't know. But either way, I feel like autism is like, it's a gift in some way.
There's no medication for autism, is there?
No, not that I'm aware of.
I don't know.
I do strongly believe, though, like in a holistic way, I do think people with autism, ADHD, everything can be helped.
What does holistic mean?
Like food and medicine
Okay.
without like pharmaceuticals.
So like diet.
Yeah, or
Dietary,
like
yeah.
vitamins, I would say here, like a natural approach to health over.
Okay.
Well, Mum, you've
pharmaceutical.
been diagnosed with breast cancer. That's expanded your mind. The whole, like, you're a freak now, aren't you? Because of it. Because like
I wouldn't say freak, but I definitely believe in
close to being a
the-
freak.
I definitely believe in the holistic approach.
I mean,
In a
Are
good
you
way.
vegan now?
Yes.
Fully vegan.
I know
Fully
a lot of
vegan.
people that that with ADHD that swear by the exercise helps massively.
Massively.
I've never tried it.
I don't mind you being vegan, but if you go in
I
any
don't
restaurants
mind
with
you
meat
being
and
vegan.
start protesting, I'll tell people you're not my mum.
If Jelly Roll was vegan, would you still let him be president?
Who?
Jelly roll if he was vegan.
Yeah, I'm fine with you being vegan. I don't care what you do. I don't give a shit what you do. Just don't
Preach to you.
don't preach to the people who want to go eat at a non-vegan restaurant. We don't go to little vegan restaurants and say stop, go eat meat. You know, actually, a few pranksters have fucking hilarious videos.
I've watched a couple of I've watched a couple of shows on it, right?
Right.
And it actually
Well, the
makes
shorts.
So I used to say like I'm not against like it sounds awful, but I'm not against how they use the circle of life for animals. So like animals are killed to eat, right?
Did
And
you say you're not against it?
like that's not why I'm vegan.
Oh, right,
That's,
okay.
that's not my reason. So I'm not preaching that. I think it's obviously been done for years. People eat cows, right?
Yes.
So that's not my argument. But I thought it was natural to do that, and I've started watching all these vegan shows, and it's actually not because like a dog has 4 legs, right? I don't know what all the different types of animals are called, right? But a dog or a lion or a tiger, a 4-legged mammal, eat meat, We come from, I've forgotten the word, but like monkeys, gorillas, humans come from that. They eat plants.
It's a circle of
We
life.
were we were never meant to eat meat.
We're not a direct descendant of a monkey or gorilla, though.
But there's a word for it that we are, that they are.
Is it carnivore?
It's
Oh,
No,
wait a minute.
Carnivore, the
ancestors.
No, wait a minute.
No.
Which one's which?
I
Is
think
carnivore eat
meat,
meat?
yes.
And then is it herbivore? Yeah.
Herbivore.
So is that a like a monkey?
I don't know.
Herbivore. Yeah.
My knowledge of monkey diets is somewhat
I maybe
limited.
should have done a bit more. But what I'm saying is humans are more like monkeys and they eat plants. They don't eat meat.
I feel I don't know. I feel like you have to have meat in your diet, like just to like not. All the vegans I've seen that are freak vegans are just pale, like skinny, like
Jordan's not.
Jordan who?
Who did the rap on Dance Moms? The vegan rap?
Yeah. Can we insert
Geordie.
a clip of that?
Oh, Geordie. No, but I'm serious. I just feel like you have to have like meat in your diet. I'm not trying to say you have to, like you got to. I'm just saying like I feel like to like be healthy, protein is like needed.
But I do think you have to I have to substitute my diet to make sure I get amino acids, which all 18 amino acids we need are in red meat.
No fucking clue what that word is.
And amino acids is something the human needs, and there's 18 in red meat.
Oh.
So I would have to substitute that because I'm not eating red meat. But you can get protein from chickpeas.
Yeah. You can get protein
Black
from loads of
beans.
plant-based sources.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
A lot of them aren't very nice to eat, but they're not as nice
I
as
like
chicken.
them. Tofu?
What
Soy?
about like creatine in the protein powder? Is that like
You
is
can
that
get
is that non-vegan or can you
Yeah,
get like
you can get
non-vegan?
both.
You can.
Mhm.
Okay, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Is creatine protein powder?
No.
It's two different things, isn't it?
I don't know.
One of them makes my face itch really bad.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Is that
creatine.
not
Isn't it?
scabies?
It's creatine. No, that's a fun story for another podcast as well, isn't it?
What?
It's a scabies story.
Ah.
Have you had scabies?
We
That was
thought
very high pitched.
thought
wasn't it?
we
had-
thought we
we
had
thought, yeah.
scabies.
And I ended up trashing $1,000 off-white hoodie in a bin on Grey Street.
What?
Hmm?
True story.
Because some kid on tour, I did a tour called Boys of Summer Tour, and some kid had scabies. I don't want to say who, but one of the kid had scabies, and
Right.
every fucker was freaking out that they had scabies.
There was loads of people who got it though.
A few people got it, but my God, I'd never slept so uncomfortably in my life. She put these like wraps on the bed that were just like horrible material. Like, what's the material called that they are? Like, just like
I can't remember now.
horrible. It's like
And I had to put like that stuff all over.
a paper blanket. Just imagine a paper blanket that was on my that was my
Yeah, I've
sheet.
been to prison. I know what a paper blanket feels like.
But yeah, that was not fun in the slightest.
So did you think the hoodie, the $1,000 hoodie, was infested with scabies? So you put it in a bin?
No. Well, I thought the quilt at the hotel quilt was.
Right.
Was staying in a hotel at the bottom of Grey Street, and I thought the hotel quilt was. So I rolled the hotel quilt. No.
Grey Street in Newcastle.
It was on Bars and Melody tour after Boys of Summer.
Ah, was you were and then you did it at Glendale when we
So
got
we're not
back.
going to say if it was Bars
By
or
the
Melody that had scabies.
No,
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
No,
This
no.
is a great
It wasn't
clip.
them.
No.
Right, so Bars and Melody had scabies.
No.
They're together, aren't they? So they would have both had it.
Right, no, listen. No, we were on Boys of Summer tour.
Right.
And the minute Mackenzie came off that, we flew to England to
Right.
do Bars of Melody. It was after the
Oh,
tour.
so you imported the scabies with you?
No, we didn't. I
So
didn't
we-
have scabies.
so
we got
we did-
scared.
Yeah, no, I mean what you thought though.
we
at the
thought
time.
we had scabies.
But on
yeah.
Boys of Summer tour, we didn't know about it. It was after Boys of Summer tour. And somebody who was on Boys of Summer tour with us actually moved into our house and stayed
I'm
with
getting
us
itchy
for a
now
while.
talking about this.
How easy is it to cure scabies?
Yeah,
Horrible.
It's the same as headlights, just on your
Right.
skin.
Okay. So it's pretty easy. So there's a question for the viewers, right? Would you accept $1,000 off-white hoodie as a gift if it would give you scabies?
No, they didn't have.
Yeah, please
Right.
give me a bag if
Let
you
us know in
find
the
it.
comments.
I want a bag.
No, so Mackenzie had a bed in the back of his bus. So I had like a Mercedes Sprinter and there was a bed in the back. And he stole a hotel quilt and put it in the back. But I thought the hotel quilt had scabies on it. So I was cleaning everything. So I thought, I'm just going to trash that quilt and pillow. And I rolled it up and threw it away. And the off-white hoodie he'd left the off-white hoodie on the quilt in the van. And I hadn't seen it and rolled it up.
Right. So you threw it away by accident.
In the quilt. I would have washed it.
Yeah.
It was a really nice one as well.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Fair.
That well, we weren't going to go down the scabies route. But we are talking about the
Right, so
entertainment.
creatine made your skin itchy or something?
No, I want to go.
Where were we?
I invited Craig on the podcast. Mainly, yes, the ADHD and things like that, but mainly I wanted you to talk about your music. I know it was like...
I'm just trying to apologize.
My music was a very long time ago.
I know, but it's such an interesting story as to how it used... Like, can you imagine being able to do that shit now?
You can do that stuff now. What I used to do is it started in the days of MySpace. Can you remember Tom from MySpace?
I don't, but I heard you talk about
Tom knew everybody.
Right.
And, sorry? Yeah. And you could add celebrities to MySpace back in the day. And I think because social media it wasn't even called social media then. I think because they didn't have as many users as like apps do now. If you message a celebrity, quite often they would reply to you.
Right.
So I used to message famous rappers and say, how much will he do a verse on my song for? And they used to always just reply with a number. So it would be like 100k, 10k. Somebody said 10k, that you could normally get them to do it for about $2,000. So it'd just be like, I've only got 2k. And they'd be like, it was like a numbers game. So if you message 100 artists, 50 might reply. You only need to get one of them down to $2,000 and you've done it.
So listen, who? I don't.
Did you make the money back that you paid to get them on?
Yeah.
So tell Ken's, because I don't even think you know like who he got on his songs.
Who've I had on my songs over the years? I've had Akon, Lil Wayne, Royce 5'9", who you probably don't know who he is, but he's got a full collab album with Eminem.
Oh wow.
Talib Kweli, you won't know who he is either. He's a good rapper. Capadonna, Raekwon from Wu-Tang Clan. Can you remember Eminem's group, D12? No? Can you remember
No.
D12? Good lord. You remember D12?
I know who Akon is.
Had Bizarre from D12 on. Professor Green.
I know him.
There we go. Least famous of the lot.
No, I knew Lil Wayne as well.
Yeah, the list's pretty long, and then it goes into more underground rappers that you'll never heard of, like Cool G Rap and people like that. But it's quite an impressive list.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I remember my mum used to have a van she worked in, like your van you worked in when you'd sang back home in England.
Oh, that was totally different to what Craig did. He's such a random.
Well, no, I remember I just have visions, like I have real like specific visions. I remember being in my van, me going to meet you. I think my mum was picking something up or something, and I thought I was like meeting a celebrity. Like I looked up to you so much. Like when I met you, I was like, oh my god, this
What
guy's
happened?
like really famous.
You opened your mouth.
But it was like in an apartment building. It was like you like 20 stories up. It was like no, it was an office building. It was like studios.
It wasn't an apartment
It
building.
was
It
an
was
office.
my
Was it the
office on the
quayside?
quayside in Newcastle.
Yeah, I remember going up and I was just like, oh wow, this guy's like really famous. Because I remember like
you've got a lot more views than me now.
now, but back then I'm just saying like
Yeah.
like I
No,
remember
I
like I was like,
appreciate
oh
that.
my god, this guy's like the real deal.
I can actually remember that day vividly. Me and Pryor were in the office, and you came in, and you'd produced or you had an idea for a track on GarageBand. I think it was on an iPad, and we were trying to transfer it across a computer. I
And now I'm
remember
living in
that day vividly.
America, and now you're back home reacting to some wrestling rappers on Biker Street. So
Wrestling.
what went wrong?
Wrestling rappers on
I
Biker
think
Street.
that's Davey in the blanket.
Yeah.
He's not called.
You should
Davey.
check out his channel though,
Blanket Boy. Yeah, you've got to check out. the
Hedgehog
channel.
Man. I laugh. I do laugh. If you're from the north of England, you'll laugh, and if you're from America or wherever you are in the world, just be open to it because it is funny. If you dive deep in what he does, it is
be
funny.
open to it.
Natalie and Jay would die and we're in
It's
there.
funny. It is
Yeah,
funny.
I
He made me
enjoy-
watch a video.
I enjoy doing YouTube now far more than I ever enjoyed music. It's such an instant result. Like I put 3 videos a day out, and I used to spend so much time on. You'll have done this yourself. Where you spend so much time sitting with a song, and you take it down one avenue, and then you end up taking it back to where it was to start with, and you can sit with things for months, sometimes years at a time, and then you put it out, and there's no guarantee on how well it's going to do, like in terms of the work you put into it. Whereas like, I'll have videos from 3 weeks ago I can't even remember making, but it was a great idea at the time, and it's just bang, done, out.
And people
next
are
one.
watching them as well.
Yeah.
I've seen your channel. People are actually watching the videos. People are
Yeah,
enjoying it.
we did a 1.2 million views in the month of March. It's diabolical this month because I've been here for 2 weeks, but
Oh, 2 mil.
still doesn't have
So
1 million
good.
views or something this month.
And long form.
really good. And long form, yeah.
Didn't have, but Craig's is long form, which I want me and Mackenzie to get into. Hence why we started doing the podcast. But the main reason I'm going back actually, and I should have come off the back of Mackenzie earlier, saying about collaborations
Yeah.
and things like that, because one of the big things that we want to do is help other people get to Mackenzie's level. Like grow numbers, help them with social media. We've learned I think we've learned everything what not to do. And I think I could really help people. I'm not saying be famous, to be not that famous. Right? I can help people be not that famous. But I could grow. I think
You never know. You could we could find a kid. You could find a kid who could take off, be the next big thing.
But I think
know.
from the ground up,
Mm-hmm.
I've learned enough to get somebody like in a great position.
I'd say you've learned more for the parents than the kids themselves. I feel like you've learned things to tell the parents, not what to do and not where to go.
Yeah, but
and-
you've learned to help the kids.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know what to post. I know like
Yeah.
you know the right
I mean,
hashtags and all that fun
my-
stuff.
My socials are diabolical, the numbers on them. And I can't make short form content. So it would be interesting to get advice off, but not now, not on this podcast, but to get advice off you on what I'm doing wrong.
You told me you hated TikTok, didn't you?
Yeah.
Just because you can't.
I
you
post
have
something
to-
on TikTok and if it gets 1,000 views, I'm like, woo.
Yeah.
Like it's diabolical.
Yeah, I definitely think we could teach that, and that's one of the things I want to do, as well as consulting and helping people with social media. But we came to America through a convention, a
Right.
talent convention, and that's how I want to kind of launch it. I want to do a convention. I feel like we have met so many people that could help other kids. What I want to do with this convention is make other kids skip the 10-year we've done.
Yeah.
Go from the beginning to where Mackenzie is pretty fat within 12 months, instead of having to go through that full 10-year. I think the people that we could have them introduced to and become affiliated with at that convention is what we built over 10 years. You'd get straight away.
Yeah.
The convention's called UStar.
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 That's pretty interesting because, like, also as well, when you guys started, you were going through an ever-changing time with social media. But you know what I mean? Like over the last, well, say the first 5 years of that, there was no such thing as TikTok and stuff like that. Whereas like now, the foundations are set and that they're not going anywhere. Are the platforms that are there?
I don't
Well, you
know.
never know.
You never
You
know.
never know.
but I don't think so. But you don't think they're going anywhere until they've gone, right? Like I remember.
Have you experienced one go yet?
Vine?
Oh yeah,
Vine disappeared. Face of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Omegle wasn't a social media platform, but it was
It
used a
got
lot.
replaced in a day though.
Huh?
It got replaced
did
in a
it?
day.
Yeah, but it's still not Omegle. They still the new websites they use get nowhere near the amount of
Still
traffic
just
as
as many
Omegle
willies
did.
on it.
That's not what Kenzie used it for. I hope.
Did you use Omegle?
No,
did you?
I made music videos. I did
Oh yes, you did.
Nah.
Yes, I've seen some of the.
I did like
some
can I
of the
sing
clips,
for
yeah.
people, and I'd sing really shit, and I'd say can I try one more time, and then I'd try to sing good, and they got great reactions, and that's the kicker in videos is just like giving people something they won't expect. I think that's what does social media. I think that's why what you should do on TikTok different as well. Like do something nobody would expect. That's why my videos do so good. It's because I just posted a video with Lauren, and it's not real. It's bullshit. I'll admit it. And we fell asleep
How do
for.
you feel about that, Lauren?
Well, she know, it's social media. It's what everyone does. You know what I'm saying? It's how people make living. It's how people grow
you
their
talking like
socials.
that
It's just- But listen,
you slip back into your American accent.
I've lived here 10 years.
Yeah, no, it's
Like it's gonna slip. But listen,
He lived here 10 years, and do you know who we met? No, I'm just joking. I'm joking.
no who?
so pretty much like I don't know what I'm even trying to fucking say now. The kicker in
No, you're
videos.
saying what you and Lauren did?
Yeah. So pretty much I was like just lying asleep, and I said just put Peppa Pig on the TV, and she was like, why? I said just do it, film me, and then show the TV, and I put on Snapchat writing style. We fell asleep watching a horror movie. I woke up to this. So the joke was I put on Peppa Pig because I was scared of the horror movie.
But it's actually not a joke. It is real.
It probably would be real actually in real life, but you'd think, oh, it's so stupid, it's so dumb. It's still like 1.5 million views. You know what I'm saying? Like, social media does the best when you give people what they least expect, in my opinion. No matter what that is, what you do.
A great analogy about it where somebody said like if you were scrolling through your feed and you saw a sheep, you wouldn't stop scrolling. But if you were scrolling through your feed and you saw an luminous green sheep, you'd stop.
Yeah.
You've never seen it before.
Because you're giving them something
Right.
they've never seen before. It's the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Go play a game. I'm bored.
So someone need some sheep.
Bored. Bored. Bored.
Yeah, come on then. We'll
Go play a game.
Yeah.
Right, so pretty much the game. I've not seen these pictures. Stephen and Lauren set it up. I've no idea what these are. So pretty much, let me explain. It's gonna be really, really zoomed in on a celebrity where we can barely see who it is, and we're gonna try and guess who it is. If you don't get it
Right.
once, you can get it the second time. It'll be a little more zoomed out, and if
Okay.
you don't get that, you're
I've
fucked.
What's the game
So-
called?
Guess
Not
the
that famous.
not that famous
Oh no, these
podcast.
could be famous.
That famous podcast. Guess the face of people's face. Good luck writing that. Here we go. Come on.
Can I put glasses on?
Oh, this is cheating.
All right. All right. Come
I
on.
can't see.
Oh
Jimmy Kimmel.
no. I know who that is.
Donald Trump.
Dr. Phil. Is it Dr. Phil? It's not Dr. Phil. That looks like Dr. Phil.
Is it
The
Biden?
mustache. That's not Biden. No, Biden doesn't have a mustache.
The Weekend.
Just look somebody old. Whoever it is has got eyebrows like yours when you get stressed and they drop out.
Oh, thanks, mom.
Wash off.
No, they drop out, that's why they have to pay them on.
Are they really famous?
Do they drop out when he gets?
Is it Tom Hanks?
Bad.
This is Tom Hanks.
No, it's not Tom Hanks.
Who is it? No, not yet.
Oh, aye, that's handy, Nick.
Hang on. Wait.
Nick just did this. What do you stand up to do it? To change your angle?
Well,
In front
no.
of my head.
Are you sure that's not? Wait,
Is it a shandy?
there's hair. There's hair on the side of the face.
Cookie Monster.
I think it's somebody with red hair. Maybe.
Oh God! Zoom out. Oh,
Ryan Seacrest?
no, it's not Ryan Seacrest.
I don't know
Oh,
who Ryan Seacrest is.
oh no! Oh shit!
Is that not Ryan
No, it's not. From now on, his eyes will not be blinded by the lights.
Oh, The Weekend?
What's his name? Hugh Jackman.
I don't know who that is.
That's not Hugh Jackman.
Oh, Tom Selleck?
Adam Sandler.
Oh no!
I thought you would get that,
Oh
Ken.
no! Oh, that's a hard one. He's older though. I would have got it if he was younger.
Yeah, but yeah, because he.
I would have got it if he was younger.
in his movies, he
Next.
doesn't really have a beard.
Michael Jackson. Janet Jackson. I'm all out. Ariana Grande.
I don't know. I thought it was Miley at first, but it's not a big enough smile for Miley. I know who I think it is.
Ryan Seacrest.
I think you've met her as well. Can I put a phone over? Mackenzie's met her.
No,
No,
hang on.
I think it's Gwen Stefani.
It's not Gwen Stefani.
So Gwen Stefani.
Is it Gwen Stefani?
Beyonce.
Beyonce. I thought it was Gwen
Oh,
Stefani.
is it Beyonce?
Uh-huh.
Oh shit, you got it.
That's why I said it.
Oh wow.
I was just telling Craig that when the 1 year you went to
See,
Qatar.
so hold on. Michael Jackson, right, was born black and now looks white, and so does Beyonce, so I wasn't that far off with my first guess.
She knows. She
Listen,
knows.
I'm gonna tell you
And I
something.
know that she knows.
That's J.
You,
Cole.
you have no idea what that means. You might
J.
know the
Cole
story.
song.
Do you know the story though?
No.
We'll save it for
I
another
do.
time.
I know.
What's
the
the
story.
What's the she knows?
Well, I'm guessing you're talking about P Diddy.
hmm But you know she knows.
She knows.
J
her.
Cole was saying Sean Knowles.
Oh, Sean, no.
Sean Knowles. I think it's her. Is it her dad? I think it's Sean Knowles.
Nah.
No, that's
Sean Knowles. Well, no, Sean.
this knowledge
Sean
is
is P.
definitely
Diddy?
wrong.
Sean Knowles, but he was saying somebody was saying, I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory, but someone was
Definitely.
saying
It was
something
a
about
conspiracy
her
theory.
being involved in everything.
Not involved knowing about it.
Hold
I
on.
promise I will
When
thank you if I
when
get a
you're saying
Grammy, Beyonce.
everything, can we be a little bit more specific here? Let's throw some
Right.
serious allegations out if we're going to do it.
Next.
Hang on a second, because I wanted to tell Craig the story. Oh, I already told.
Yeah, okay.
When you went to Coachella and Beyonce was headlining and you were watching
That's
Earth, Wind
nothing.
and Fire.
That's
Oh,
not
yeah.
You didn't watch Beyonce, you watched Earth, Wind,
Earth, Wind and Fire is way better.
My pal
My
met her
opinion.
manager on the Pig and Whistle in Newcastle.
Would you agree Earth, Wind and Fire is better than Beyonce? Do you know who Earth, Wind and Fire are?
You did. And there was no need to sing like that. We're trying to get you a record deal through this podcast.
We'll fix it in post.
Next. Next.
I know him.
I know who that is.
Oh, he's huge. I just don't know his name.
Jeff Goldblum.
I know exactly. McDonald.
No, it's not McDonald. I know exactly who it is. He's got a show.
He's bald, isn't he?
Steve.
Yes, it is Steve.
Coogan.
No.
Yes, Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey.
That's mine. That's
Good,
mine.
that was
That's mine.
yours, that was
Next.
yours.
That's it.
Good job.
Oh.
Kenzie won.
All right. Well,
No, he
Craig
didn't.
was close with Michael Jackson.
No, he didn't win.
How do you not win? Who? What was wrong?
No one got the first one.
How no one got the second one?
I got the second one was
You got
Beyonce.
Beyonce. Did he get it? I thought you just showed
he
it.
got Beyonce. No. He got Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Okay.
Did you get
Donald,
one?
Mackenzie
No.
won. Right. Come on.
I didn't think you got. I didn't think you got Beyonce. I thought it was. It's always.
Can I at least get a participation trophy?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
What's that game called again?
We'll just do a repeat.
Can we have the mission statement for this podcast? Not that famous.
It's UStar. What's the mission statement for UStar? Elevate your talent.
Elevate your talent. Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Elevate your talent. I think. Yeah. I think so. I don't know.
We'll fix this in post.
But
No,
no,
it is
seriously, the whole point I want to do this podcast is to, like, obviously, if I have anybody that watches my videos and knows me from American Idol or whatever, I want to help the ones that want to be doing what I'm doing, you know? The ones that have talent, the ones that don't have the social media followers I have, but should because of their talent. You know, if mothers and fathers believe in their kids, we want to help them, you know, all different ages, whatever they want to do, like, we'll help.
Them learn from your mistakes.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Exactly what
That
it's
is
what it is.
Okay, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you for watching our not that famous podcast.
Podcast.
Po-
Podcast.
yes, thank you. Please subscribe and comment the topics you would like us to talk about. Please subscribe to HedgehogMan's channel
Yeah.
at
It's just HedgehogMan on YouTube.
HedgehogMan on YouTube.
Or you can follow me on all socials, which is HedgehogManYT. The YT stands
Is
for YouTube. Do you get it?
on
Do
all
you get
social
that?
media,
Genius
which
stuff.
we will put in the description, as well as mine and Mackenzie's social media. But Mackenzie is going to end the podcast this week and every week with a fantastic song. She can see why he's not so famous.
Okay. Well, if you ever change your mind about leaving me behind, oh, bring it to me, bring your sweet loving home, bring it on home to me, yeah. You know I left when you left, baby. God, I know I only hurt myself. Baby, won't you bring it to me? Bring your sweet loving home. Bring it on home to me. Yeah, yeah. You know I'll always be your slave till I'm buried in my grave. Oh, won't you bring it to me? Bring your sweet loving home.